Hey guys, how you doing? Joe here. I had a little bit of a different video to make today, and kind of goes along the lines of a dream I had that I would like to share with everybody. You know, um, did you ever have a dream that was so vivid or lifelike, right? That when you wake up, you swear that you experienced a memory. Ever have it happen to you during, a daydream or meditation? Well, this dream that I had is completely away from anything that's mainstream. And in order to understand the dream that I had, you have to think of the disciples as militant monks, teachers and healers who would kick the shit out of anybody who were fucking with innocent people, especially children. So, from that angle, if you look at the disciples as a little bit of a militant group, just a bunch of badass motherfuckers, then you would have rank, amongst the group. You can't just all be without an order. You can't have a leaderless army, right? So, according to the way everything's taught, we're always told that Peter is like Jesus's go-to guy, right? Always, right? But in my dream, you had Mary and John, Jesus, for sake of argument, who were the leaders. Now, second in command, you had Judas. All right? But Judas wasn't officially second in command. You had Peter. But Peter was there because keep your friends close and your enemies closer. By this point in time, Peter was so lust-stricken over Hathor that in order to prevent a mutiny, basically, amongst the disciples, he was basically second in command, but without real power. Judas is where the power came in. Now, for anybody who's listened to Sean and Karen's videos at this point, you have to realize that Hathor wanted to be both god and goddess, right? And Peter was plotting to overthrow both of them for Hathor so she could take over the fucking earth. And because of his lust for her, he hated Mary, because Hathor hated Mary. Now, because of the relationship that Judas had with John and Mary and their children, he was extremely jealous. And you have to really understand from that the jealousy and hatred is what led to what I'm gonna tell you this dream was. So, Judas sold out Jesus for 30 silver coins, right? But what if Mary, being the leader of the Magdalene intelligence operation, needed to come up with a plan to allow their safe exit? So, what if the plan was, Judas, you're the most trusted of everybody. You're going to turn. You're going to be the turncoat. You're going to make sure that John's captured. All right? Now, once this capture, trial, and crucifixion plan was devised, now you have a chance for everybody to separate, split up, and then meet up again, when come forth Lazarus. So, the plan itself had to be so secretive because, let's face it, we don't trust Peter. We don't trust Peter. And there are people here right now who want us all dead. So, not all the disciples knew the plan, but especially Peter. So when Judas turned John in, he was to remain separate from the group until it was safe for them to be reunited, right? Now, Peter not knowing the plan, Peter wanting to take true control of this group, would think that John is dead. All right? Let me kill Judas too. I'll look like a hero to these guys, especially if I don't come off as a murderer. And how do you pull that off, right? Peter murders Judas, makes it look like a suicide. Right? He hung himself in a tree because he couldn't deal with the guilt. Now, you have Peter who turns around and tries to rewrite the rest of the New Testament. Everything after the Gospels, right? In between John and John. So, basically, you had somebody who tried to be Jesus, make up his own rules, right? I don't know, crazy dream. Tell me what you think.